This is Snake. Can you hear me? Good. The mission is simple. Put your geek pants on and infiltrate Foxhound. If you need backup, contact Ken and Chris on their codec frequency. Ready? Snake out.
Oh, Chris?
Yes, Ken?
Welcome back to another Geek Pants Camcast.
Oh, it feels like I've never left.
Really?
Yeah.
Weird.
No,
Is that
we
a
just
new
filmed it
Spider-Man
back to
shirt?
back.
Oh,
We
yeah,
just
yeah,
filmed
yeah.
it back to back, so, you know. Oh, sorry, I wrecked it. Wrecked it for the Geek Pantsers.
the illusion.
But yes, we are filming back to back.
Back to back, because that's how we roll. Because we're adults.
And we have time constraints.
If we were making money off this, and this was our job, we'd do it more often.
Yeah, we'd be doing it weekly.
Weekly.
At least, for
Weekly.
sure.
Easily.
Oh, yeah, easily.
Today we're going to be talking about the John Wick Trilogy.
Yeah, we are.
That's pretty exciting.
I'm actually, for anybody that's been following us for quite some time, you may have heard me reference John Wick or talk repeatedly to Kenneth about watching the second John Wick.
The second John Wick.
Because you had watched John Wick, the first one.
Right, and then I didn't get to see John Wick 2 because I was living in BC and I was broke all the time. Bought it on Blu-ray, moved a million times, just never watched it.
Yep.
And then I did watch it before I watched the third movie.
Yeah, which, of course, you would have had to.
Yes.
You would have absolutely had
Absolutely
to.
had
Because I would
to.
have fucking slapped you.
Because they continue into each other.
Oh,
Unlike
yeah.
the first movie.
Yes.
So
this is, and I had been saying before, I felt very much like John Wick was going to be like the Bourne trilogy for me.
right.
You know, and when you watch the first movie, both first movies, it's very much like that, where they end in a way where
It could be the definitive
that
end.
could be it, and you're like, okay, fine,
Yep.
or it could carry on, and you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Whereas the two movies, the second and third, are linked, for sure. Like, you watch the second one, and you're like, okay, but there's got to be a third. There has to be a third. And that's it.
Yeah.
Right? So, very much, very similar. The other thing that I really, really like about these two franchises, so to speak, is both of them are game changers.
They are. They really are. There hasn't been an action movie like the John Wick movies.
Since the Bourne movies.
But even
Well,
then,
hold on,
then they have more. They have more of that 80s, 90s.
Sorry,
early
what I
90s
was going to
flair
say was
to them.
in terms of the game changing, but you're right. Like, we have not seen, just like up until Bourne, we hadn't seen an action movie like the Bourne Identity.
No.
Nothing like that.
And then we were flooded with them after that.
And then we were flooded with them after that.
Yeah.
Whereas,
But they're smart action movies, right? They're the
not all of them.
Not all of them, but they were trying to be. They were
Immediately,
trying to copy that
what
formula.
you get was, you had the Bourne Identity,
Yeah.
and then you immediately get Batman Begins, and you get Casino Royale.
Yes.
So those are the two biggest, I don't want to say pretenders, but
The biggest
They're-
movies influenced by
they're
Bourne.
the biggest influenced by them, and they're
Yeah.
also the best of the bunch.
Yes.
Okay, because both of them employ the jump cuts,
Yep.
and rapid fire cuts in the fight scenes. Both of them do that, but they're the two that are really, really well done.
Mm-hmm.
Especially because they feel like their own movie, even though they're inherently influenced by Bourne Identity. All right.
Wow, you've been nailing the two sneezes only.
Yeah. But Quantum of Solace, though, too much like a Bourne movie.
Right.
You know? So
Overboard.
yeah, too much like it where you're just kind of like, oh, okay,
Mhm.
okay. But anyway, whereas with John Wick, we've already seen similar style movies like in Atomic Blonde, granted, almost exactly the same studios for the most part.
Yeah.
Kind of like that Ray Judge Dredd scenario.
Yeah, exactly.
But so now what we're seeing because of John Wick is we're seeing these long form, almost single shot or wide shot fight scenes. So they're still close up. They still employ cuts, but it's not as many rapid fire cuts.
Yeah, but I feel like this is like the start of these in North America. Because I feel like I've been watching these kind of fights for a while in other countries.
In North Korean movies.
The Raid,
The Raid
right
for
away,
one.
The Raid comes to mind.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, The Raid is amazing.
Yeah.
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 And then the
but
second,
you're right.
even more so. That's
You're right in
stepped
America.
up.
You're right. It's
Right.
definitely like bringing it to America. Very much like The Matrix. Same thing.
Right.
So 3 big franchises in America that changed the game. You know, because after The Matrix...
Can I give you some fun trivia for a moment?
Please.
Fun trivia? These 3 movies are directed by Chad Stahelski.
Yeah, I know. He was also a stunt guy for the Matrix movies.
Yeah. Literally,
he's been trying to get this
stunt
movie.
double, though.
Yeah, he's been trying to get this movie done forever.
He was also a stunt double on Constantine.
That I didn't know, so you gave me some news on that one.
All right.
So thank you.
Yeah, you're very welcome. Yeah, that worked out well where you're taking a big drink at the same time. Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Well played, sir. Well played. Okay, so I am going to let you begin.
Oh. All right. Well, I will start at the beginning. John Wick 1.
Chapter 1?
Chapter 1.
No, this is just John Wick.
This is straight up just
John
straight up John Wick. Straight up John Wick. Okay, so first off, Keanu Reeves is great. It's great to see him back. He hasn't gone anywhere, but I feel like what's the term going around the internet right now? The Keanussance, like the Renaissance.
Yeah, the
Renaissance of
there
Keanu.
was the McConaissance.
The McConaissance.
Matthew McConaughey's.
Right.
Yeah, so I
now
guess
we're getting the Keanu.
I don't want to call it a Keanussance, or whatever.
Yeah.
That's a hard one to say.
It's a tough one to say. I see it, and it's funny to read it, and then I try to pronounce it, and I'm just like, it's not happening.
I don't necessarily see it so much like that. I guess because, like, with Matthew McConaughey, I would say, yeah, that was a McConaissance, because, like, he was literally churning out almost the exact same movie.
Just burning garbage.
Yeah, just like, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, and, like, Ghosts of Girlfriend's Past, like those kind of rom-com movies where he's essentially playing the same character all the way through. And in most cases, he's playing Matthew McConaughey. Yeah. And dialed up or dialed down for him, so he's still just kind of very much himself. But then you get, like, in between those movies, you get, like Sahara, which should have done way better than it did.
Oh, that was so fun.
Because that was a great movie.
So fun.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, so then all of a sudden he starts doing I guess he kind of just, from what I understand, is he looked like his agent or whatever. He's like, what the fuck, man? Like, I used to get all these awards and stuff, and people just think I was a great actor. And then apparently his agent was kind of like, hey, look at the fucking scripts for the last 10 years. Then what? Because again, this is the guy that was in Contact, and he was great. And he was I always liked him. Never had an issue with him. But then, so that I would see as a reconnaissance. I don't think Keanu's ever really done bad movies.
No, but he doesn't go away, but he kind of just fades into the background for a while, right?
Yeah,
he had
but that's what I mean. I guess that's the point I'm trying to make.
He had Speed and Johnny Mnemonic and all that, and then he kind of just faded, and then came back with The Matrix.
Yeah, and then just
big time, and then kind of just to the background again. Bill and Ted at the beginning.
But I don't think he's ever really stopped. In between The Matrix and John Wick, he never really stopped making movies.
No, he took a break for a while. He took a break and he returned with that back-to-back of what was the number? Something Ronin.
47th Ronin. Yeah.
47th Ronin, and then that one he directed.
Oh.
That
I can't remember now.
But he came back because he took a break.
That's right. He did kind of took a break, but since 47th Ronin, he has not stopped.
No, at all.
That's right. Yeah. Okay, so
John Wick, Keanu's back. Awesome, loving it.
Actually, okay, so I'll interject really quickly. So when I heard about John Wick, it literally I immediately was like, oh, okay, so it's another one of these super old retired assassin special forces guy.
Yeah.
Who's the best of the best. He gets dragged into the one last mission, gets double-crossed.
You're kind of like, oh, I guess Liam Neeson is busy.
Yeah, I was kind of okay, because, this Taken, I won't say that Taken was a game changer. Taken was just another version, of that Bourne-style movie that was just really well done.
Exactly, yeah.
But it had Liam Neeson, and he did a really good job in it. That's a good movie.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say that's a game changer. But it was but then because of Taken... Then you had what was it, The Gunman with Sean Penn. Was it the
Oh
Gunman?
yeah, the Gunman.
Yeah,
or something like
and other
that.
movies like that. Like even Kevin Costner was in one, 3 Days Dead or something like that.
Yeah, 3 Days to Kill.
3 Days to Kill. That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
That's
he
right.
did.
So it just and so I was
Yeah,
kind of
we
like
kind of had a bunch of those.
I was like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, I don't know. And I mean, like you see the first poster. Poster looks awesome. You know, but it wasn't until I saw the trailer where
The trailer was.
But the scene that I'm talking about for me, the trailer part that really got me to want to see this movie was the scene where Leguizamo's character, John Leguizamo's character, Tulio?
I got it here.
Aurelio, yes.
Aurelio.
So he is receiving a call from what you can only assume is the top head crime boss.
Yep.
And he goes, hey, I understand you hit my son. And he goes, yeah, your son stole John Wick's car and killed his dog.
Yeah.
And the response is, click.
Right.
Like, he doesn't go, oh, or you shouldn't have. He doesn't say anything. He just goes, yeah. And that, right away, I was like, huh. So then, when you see the fight scenes and stuff like that, you're like, okay, this feels different. This doesn't feel like those other movies that I had listed, where you're just kind of like, I don't know. And now I'm like, okay, I kind of want to see this movie. My wife and I, we were just freshly moved in, so we had a month free of like movie channels. First movie I had recorded to watch forever, Man of Steel. Second one, hadn't even watched it, but I saw an extended trailer before it came like on the channel. John Wick. So I was like, yeah, fucking right. We'll watch this.
Yeah.
Instantly fell in love with this movie. Like, right away. There was, like, just something about the opening moments where, like, he's with his wife.
Yeah, it's very... It's a really, like, I don't know, like a heartwarming beginning, I guess. It's a
heartwarming slash heart... It's a weird way... It's a weird way to start an action franchise.
Oh, big time. Big time. That's Bridget Monahan, who I always love.
Yep.
She's always such a great actress.
And the other thing I like, too, is, like, I think you're about half hour in before you actually get a fight scene.
Yeah.
So, again, like, so if we
want... Well, yeah, because it's all talk, right? Like,
you
hear, like, John Wick can do this, John Wick did that, John Wick, like, oh, beware of John Wick.
Yeah.
But you're not seeing any of this. You're just seeing a guy drive around in his car with his puppy.
That's right. Exactly.
Loving life.
Well, actually,
at
that point, we don't know John Wick really. Like, aside from what we saw in the trailers, we don't really... It's only after that we start hearing about it, you know?
We get that scene of him going in the shower and you see the tattoos on his back and you're just like, woo, this guy was into some shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, who is this guy?
Yeah, what has this guy been doing?
Yeah.
When I saw that scene, it immediately reminded me of, what is that Viggo Mortensen movie?
Oh, yeah, History of Violence.
Yeah, no, not History of Violence.
Not History?
The one where he's the Russian mobster.
Oh,
and
Eastern
Naomi
Promises.
Watts. Yes.
Eastern Promises.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
That was really good. Anyway, so, but yeah, so, like, I got that vibe right away, and I was like, oh, fuck, this guy's done some shit. Yeah. This guy's done some shit. But it is a really weird way to open it, because, so you have this, I'll say bittersweet moments with his wife, because you could tell they love each other. You know that she's sick, you know she's dying, and then, of course, she dies, and you're just like, holy shit, right? Because, again, like I was saying, like, we expect or at least I expected the movie to be like, former assassin, special forces guy brought in for one last tour, gets double-crossed.
Yeah.
Because that's pretty much every fucking movie.
Every single one
Every single one of
Yeah.
them. In fact, I think I literally just laid out the plot for The Gunman, and I've never watched the movie. I did not want to see a roided-out Sean Penn kill people.
I never watched it either.
There
was just something about it that was like...
Well, that night,
and then I forgot about it. Like,
I think at that point I had already watched both Takens and The Grey.
Yeah. And
I was already kind of like... I mean, like, the old guy, or what they call it, the octogenarian action star or something like that. I was like, it works in small doses. Like, it worked with Liam Neeson because you'd never seen him in that before up until Batman Begins, right? And it's kind of cool that led into that, right? But also, even he said himself, he's like, I didn't think it was going to be, I just said, hey, pay me this much. They paid me that much.
Yep.
I did it, and it exploded. So
He had some stinkers along the way too, though. In that, like, he's done like what, probably close to 10 action movies.
he had like a
since he started with
resurgence from Batman Begins on. He was like,
and he was already what, 60 when Taken was shot.
yeah. Well, Taken 2 isn't that great.
Taken 2 isn't that great. Taken 3 is really not that great.
No, Taken 3 is garbage.
It's bad.
It's really bad. But then again, we're also dealing with a guy who's also now even older.
Yep.
So you have to edit around him as much as possible.
Mm-hmm.
But
Non-Stop was really good.
I heard Nonstop was really
It was
good.
like Speed on a Plane.
But there's the Amnesia one or whatever.
Oh yeah.
That one was all right.
I didn't really care for that one.
It was all right.
I can't even think of the name. It has something to do with corn in it. Something about that movie.
I think you might be right. But anyway, let's not get too sidetracked. So
Liam
yeah.
Neeson and corn. We're not that sidetracked. Okay.
yeah, that's right. This is pretty much a lateral move for
Yeah.
us. But okay, so like I said, a weird way to open the movie. But the second that you get this scene where the one guy goes like nice car type of thing, you're immediately like, oh, I forgot to mention, because we're falling in love with John Wick and the dog.
Yeah,
we're falling in love with that,
beagle.
And we're just like, oh my god, like, and we're also falling in love with him with the dog because
and that was beautiful.
Yeah,
his dead wife sends him a dog.
Oh my god, I was
she
like,
doesn't want him to be alone.
I was like, man, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Especially because when you realize the life he had lived prior to her.
So now this isn't just a dog; it's the last thing he ever received from his wife.
Exactly.
Ever.
Exactly. So then it's nice car. How much? And he goes, it's not. I love that the guy says in Russian. He goes, he calls him something about a bitch or something like that. He calls him a bitch, and he goes, this bitch is not for sale.
Yeah.
I was like, all right. And then you get the home invasion. They fucking beat the shit out of him.
Yeah. Kill
the dog, and I was like, oh my god.
Oh, I'm glad you didn't see it.
I know.
But the whole, you hear the cry, and then the next shot like fades to black, and then it opens up, and you just see that blood trail.
Yeah.
Where the dog crawled itself to him, and it's, oh man.
I was like,
I'm getting teary-eyed just thinking about it.
And like, I'm a guy that like when a dog is, or an animal in general is going to be killed, I generally don't like the movie because of that.
Yeah.
But I've said in the past that this is different because of what he does because they killed his dog.
Yeah.
You know? And I always kind of like, they still think it's about the car and the dog. It's about the dog.
Yeah.
The dog was, like you said, and like we all know, it's that last thing that he had of his wife that he could have
the car,
stayed out of.
He loved the car, but the car was a thing.
Yeah, exactly. You know?
You took his wife from him.
But I mean, so then, like for me, from there, it just goes fucking crazy. Like it just ramps up.
Just
like you got the one
Michael Nyqvist as Vigo, the main bad guy. He calls in all these guys.
Before that, I'm talking like when the kid shows up at Aurelio's chop shop. And he's like, look at this. Yeah. Look at this. And he's just like...
Right away, Alexander was like, where'd you get that car?
Yeah, where'd they get that car? Oh, some fucking dude.
And he's like, yeah, where'd you get the car? And he's just like...
He's just like, I don't know, some guy. I killed his dog, too. He's like, oh, tough guy here. You killed his dog. Punches him.
Yeah.
And you know that this is a douchebag kid. You know he's like a big shot of some sort. You don't realize until you watch the movie, but you're like, there's something. He's part of something.
Yep.
So for him to, like, he says, like, when my father hears this or whatever, and he's like, okay, fine.
Yeah.
Fine. You
Whatever.
know? And then you get that awesome scene where he goes, he stole John Wick's car and killed his dog.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Click.
Does he say
I think he says, oh. Yeah, he says, oh. That's right. In the trailer, he doesn't do that, but in the movie, he says, oh. And it's just like, that's fucking hilarious. Then, now we start to hear about him.
Yeah.
Now we hear, it's like, because he says Baba Yaga, and he's like, nah, it's the boogeyman. He's like, no, John Wick is who you send to kill the boogeyman. He's like, pure will. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, pure, 100% focus, pure will. I once saw him kill 3 men in a bar with a pencil. A fucking pencil. And you're just like, holy shit. Like, they're really talking him up. And normally, I'll complain when directors talk. When they say something is really cool instead of showing it. Because it's always It's better to show than tell, right?
Mm-hmm.
This one, I'm glad that they sat there and said, no. Like, the things he did to get out laid the foundation for an organization that we still benefit from today. It's like, holy fuck. And this is, while he's saying this, John Wick is sledgehammering his basement to get to his secret cache of money and guns.
And his gold coins.
The gold coins. And I remember right away looking at the gold coins, and I was like, that's interesting to have gold coins. Like, you had gold bars, you had guns, and I was like, but the gold coins, I was like, that's interesting. But up until this point, this is a standard movie set in what we feel is the real world, right?
Yep.
So, of course, Dad's got to do something. I love that he beats the fuck out of his son, too.
Oh, yeah.
Beats the shit out of him, and he's just like, you killed his dog.
Yeah.
Well, you know what he's going to do. He's going to come and kill you.
His dad said that to him, right? That was the last thing he ever got from his wife or something?
Yeah, that's what he says. He's like, so, the whole reason he got out was for her. And she died, and that was the last thing she gave him. Mm-hmm. And you took that from him. And he's basically kind of like, you're dead. Like, I can't really, this is John fucking Wick. Yeah. I'll do what I can, but you're probably going to fucking die.
I'll send in guys. They won't return.
I'm going to be sending a ton of guys that are going to die. Yeah. Hopefully enough will get lucky, and you won't die, but you're probably dead. Yeah. And then that fight scene in the house, that fight
first scene
sets the tone.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Finishes every guy with a headshot. Boom, 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 boom.
Double taps, a lot of double taps. But even just what struck me right away, and even this is different from movies like The Raid and stuff. Yeah, that long style shots. Yeah, very much influenced by the Eastern.
Big time. Yeah.
Big time.
Which I mean, Keanu.
What was it, The Man from Nowhere, where you had that one side cam shot of him running out the window and jumps out and it lands with him as he's landing?
And your stomach's just like, whoa.
And what was the other one there? Violetta? There was that chick action flick recently. I can't. Vendetta or something like that. I can't remember what it was. I mentioned it to you and I thought it was really good. And they had a couple of long shots like that.
Oh, yeah, what was
You know the one I'm talking about now, right? Yeah, really good. That one was really good, but they had a lot of shots like that too. Yeah. But anyway, so we see these long shots, and remember, like I said, we have not gotten past a point where we're having multiple cuts in a fight scene. Mm-hmm. So now we're seeing dragged out fight scenes with small cuts here and there, but they're still largely open fight scenes, and some of these are incredible. He's doing judo takedowns, rolling with them. He's got this guy pinned down. Then it's chest, head, then head. You know what I mean? And they're brutal. They don't shy away from anything. No. It's a lot of just oh God. And he lays out everybody that's trying to kill him in his house. Cops show up, and I'm like, holy fuck. How the fuck is he gonna get out of this one?
Hey, John, you working again?
Opens the door, there's bodies and blood and stuff, and he looks like he's just gotten his ass kicked. It's hey, John, can I complain about the noise or something like that? And he goes, sorry, or something to that effect. And he goes, just leans in, and I'm like, what is happening? And he goes, John, you working again? And he says, something like that. Something like that. He goes...
Because he doesn't say he's back until later on.
That's right.
People keep asking me if I'm back.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know I think I'm back.
Yeah, I think I'm back. I'm that Keanu Reeves delivery. But I just love that he goes, something like that. He goes, okay, all right. And then calls the cleaners. No, orders takeout. That's right.
Orders takeout.
Orders takeout. And then they come in. Yeah. And the cleaners show up, and it's what's his face from The Crow.
Yeah.
Yeah. T-Bird? Was it T-Bird? Mm-hmm. Fire it up. Yeah. Fire it up is the head guy. Yeah, T-Bird. I geek out when I see those. All those actors, every one of them I see in that movie, I'm like, oh yeah, you're still doing this. This is great. But yeah, so I was like, what kind of, this is weird, right? And then immediately, he goes from his house to the Continental. So, now we're getting a lore to this movie.
Yeah, it's opening up this whole friggin' mythology.
So
you're like, wow, okay.
In a half an hour, we've established that John Wick is this fucking badass, okay? Yeah. Then, in about 6 to 10 minutes, we see that he's a fucking badass.
Yep.
And then we get an interesting look at this world that he lives in, which could almost be like the world we live in, just in that seedy underbelly. But yeah, like I said, the second the cop was like, huh? Alright, carry on. What? Like, what? The cleaners show up, you're like, well, this is crazy. But then it's the Continental where I go, this is crazy cool. You know, the extra added twist
for killers where you can't kill on the ground.
Yeah. There's no conducting business on
business. Yeah.
On the continental on continental ground. So, and I was like, man, that's really cool. And so then you introduce. Well, now we've got the other people that are working for the crime boss.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, and that was really interesting too because like they're all kind of like. Well, I mean, like I don't want my son to die, but he's probably going to. But they do whatever they can, and we got Willem Dafoe.
Yeah, and you know what? Every time I rewatch the first one, I always forget that Defoe's in it. And then when he pops on the screen, I was like, oh, yeah, Defoe's in this movie.
And,
right, yeah, he's the sniper.
I know, and I thought that was really, really cool.
Yeah.
And, but so now you get that fight scene, and you're just like, okay, so fuck, like, what's going to happen next, right? And then it's just, you get a bit more story from the Continental aspect, but even just when you get, what's her name? From the Orville.
Adrienne Palicki?
Yeah, yeah.
I always like her acting.
She also actually just got married to her Orville co-star.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations.
Congratulations when you'll never see this.
Yeah.
Although, The Orville is an amazing show.
Yeah, still haven't seen it.
To be honest with you, I actually almost didn't give it a shot because I was like, I don't know, Seth MacFarlane doing his take on Star Trek, like, I mean, maybe as a movie, I watched it, and I think it was the second episode in, they touch upon some heavy shit.
I heard that.
There's Seth MacFarlane stuff in and around that show.
Yeah.
But they actually hit some heavy beats in it, and I was like, holy shit. So now I'm excited for the third season. So anyway, a little bit of a tangent, timestamp. But but then we get that awesome fight scene between her and John Wick, and he's fucked up. Like, he's still kind of healing from the beating he took in his own house. And she's, like, going for it and everything, and I was just like...
Well, she fought him, though, after he went to the nightclub.
Oh, yeah, that's right, sorry.
So that's why he's so beat up.
That's right.
But he gets to the nightclub.
I forgot about the nightclub, but hold on a second. I want to say real quick, I love the tailored suit aspect.
Yeah. Oh,
I thought that was really cool.
That's really cool.
And, like, even the fact that it's armored, I was like, what the fuck? Like, that's a really cool take. Yeah, you're right. I was getting my order mixed up with the nightclub.
So that's why he was really beat up, because he takes a beating at that nightclub. It comes down on his hard, but it's Kevin Nash is outside. He goes up behind him.
Yep.
And
he goes, I think you should take the rest of the night off.
And he says, thank you, Mr. Wick.
I know.
And he leaves.
But so like that's another aspect too, where it's just like just that extra added bit where now you see like, he's a fucking elite killer.
Yeah.
But he's also like, he's giving people opportunities.
Yeah.
He gave Nash an opportunity to walk away, and he goes, I love that he goes, thank you, Mr. Wick.
Yeah.
Out, gone, and you're
going
like,
home.
Oh yeah, live to fight another day.
Yeah.
But it would be nice to see him in the second or third one, though.
Yeah. Well, hey, it looks like they're going to keep going forever. So.
Yeah, well.
Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So,
and then you get that awesome nightclub fight.
But here's the other thing that I love about the movie too is the color palette.
The blues and the pinks and
the largely like almost neon, almost like Blade Runner-esque look to the city, to the fight scenes, like and you saw bits of it in Atomic Blonde, but like that nightclub scene was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
And especially because I'm like, well, yeah, of course they're going to top the house scene.
Yeah.
Of course they're going to top that. But I didn't think they were going to just, like, literally smash it. That was such a great fight scene. Mm-hmm. You know? And another thing that I loved is it's hand-to-hand combat with guns.
Yeah.
And for a guy, like, for you and me, like, we're probably one of the few people in the entire universe that has watched Equilibrium. Mm-hmm. very much, I was like, man,
Gun fu.
this is like gun fu to the next level.
Yeah.
You know, although Equilibrium was awesome. Where
Yeah.
there's literally just like, shoot you, so that I can shoot this guy, shoot that guy, shoot this guy, and then while I'm moving, I'm gonna dodge every single bullet. I was like, this is fucking awesome. This is great. At least here, they acknowledge, okay, he's gonna get hit, he's gonna take hits, he's gonna get shot at. However,
he's got the armored clothes on.
His armored clothes, his actual ability, like, oh man, that nightclub scene was fucking crazy. I think what I'm gonna do is after this, I'm gonna go home, probably watch John Wick again.
Probably watch John Wick.
And then tomorrow, probably watch John Wick 2.
Yeah, see, I rewatched both of them right before the third. I wanted to be fresh going into it.
Yeah.
And same with Adrian. She came with me to watch the third, and she forgets.
They don't.
Movies aren't as special to her as to me, so she kind of just
Michelle is the same way. So like for her,
I got more important things to keep in my memory bank, which is fine because I'm not putting that important shit in mine. I'm thinking about my movies.
Thank you for keeping up with that, our lovely wives, because we're not. But yeah, the nightclub scene was awesome, absolutely awesome.
Yeah.
But the one part where I actually was like, I don't know how he's going to get out of this because they have Willem Dafoe in and around the outskirts, right? Mm-hmm. You know he's a sniper.
Yep.
You know that. You know he's got a soft spot for John.
Yep.
Well, even when they introduce Ian McShane's character, Winston, right away.
You can tell he's got a soft spot.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Cool. And you know what I love too is that like we talk about a lot of people talk about a lot of the superhero movies as being characterless. They don't really have characters. They play character types, and then it's just them in these big, huge, crazy scenes, right? Mm-hmm. Every one of these characters are characters. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And within seconds, you get a feel for their character, and you kind of go, okay, this is what that person's going to do, right? Which is really, really smart and well done. Like, this is very much like the Bourne movies in the sense that it is one of the best written, off-the-wall action movies.
Yeah.
You know, the premise is simple. The characters aren't. They're human beings, and they're all living in this weirdly interesting world, and they're all just like incredible. Like the reason why I think John Wick works so well is the same reason why Bourne works so well, is that he's fighting guys that are in and around the same level as him.
Yep. So
any one of these people could kill him, and he gets beat up. Like the nightclub scene, like he's fucked up.
Oh
he has to be repaired.
He's bleeding and
you know, he's drinking booze.
Hits that floor hard.
Pills and everything.
Yep.
Like, you know, he's fucked up. And the same with Bourne. Like, there was times where you felt like Bourne was either just that much better, or got lucky.
Yeah.
Which is like, oh wow, you know. And it's I think why I'm really enjoy the last string of Mission Impossible movies, because they've gotten away from Ethan Hunt being
a superhero,
unstoppable, to actually being like he could fucking die at any point in time.
Lucky.
You know? Yeah, exactly. Like, and it did start with Ghost Protocol, even though it's not one of my favorites, but it did definitely start there, and then ramped up with the last two. So I like that. I love that these are not 80s Schwarzenegger or Stallone types where it's just like, sure, I will take out 1 million people and not get hit once, right? Mm-hmm. But yeah, okay. So then getting to that scene where where she's beating the fuck out of him in his hotel room.
Oh, hard.
Just gross too. Like she was great in it though. For somebody that doesn't play bad girls that often that I've seen, she was great. Like I hated her instantly.
Yeah.
Instantly, I was like, God, you're hot. I fucking hate you though.
Perkins. That was a great fight. That's a great fight. And the whole time Defoe's watching it.
Yeah.
Because she kills. No, that's later. Because Richard Roundtree's in there, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Shaft,
motherfucker.
Little appearance.
Yeah.
But
he was Shaft, right?
He was Shaft.
Yeah, that's right. Because it is.
Shaft.
Yeah, that's right. So, don't let me forget. I got to talk about Shaft actually. But anyway, but yeah. So you have that scene where, like, she's broken the rules. She's conducting business on Continental grounds. Yep. But I love when he beats the fuck out of her, takes her out into the hall, and calls for a pickup.
Yeah.
Because there was a complaint about the noise, right? He's just like, yeah, I need a pickup or something. And then Roundtree's just like, you want a hand with anything? And he flips him a coin and goes, you want to watch her?
Yeah.
You know? And I was like, oh man, that's so cool. But then we get to the daytime scene where like now he's got the high powered like semi-automatic.
Yep.
And he's taking on these guys in the daytime, and I was like, man, this is just visually awesome because
just jumping up on the hoods of the cars and just
but like it's in the middle of the day, so you get the awesome afternoon light.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a contrast from the nighttime with the blues and the reds and the neon like stuff, which I love. But this was like it's almost grittier because it's in the daylight, right? And then they capture him, like they fucking grab him, they tie him up, they put the bag on his head. I was
right,
like,
because he got hit by that car.
yeah,
He went flying,
and he was fucked. I was like, holy shit, how does he get out of this? Then the sniper's hit, and I was like, oh, Willem Dafoe,
Dafoe to the
right.
rescue again.
All right, this is great, so good, and it's at that point that the movie kind of dips a bit because, of course,
you got a little bit of slowdown now.
Yeah,
it's
I love this. The
kills everyone. He kills everyone.
I love that stealth bit though when they're playing the video games, protecting they're supposed to be protecting him,
right?
And it's just like, and they can't hear shit.
Take them all out.
They take them all out, and then at the last second, he takes him out. And I was like, huh.
Yeah.
So you're like, okay, well, it's obviously not done.
Yeah, because
he's done.
Because he gets Vigo, and he's like, tell me where your son is. He's like,
No,
yeah.
and then he
does it.
But I love that slow scene where he does it, and as his like the whole crew is getting killed, he's rolling up a joint, lighting the joint, smoking it, and then it's just like, yep, got my son killed.
Yep, my son is dead.
Yep, and I mean,
and that could have been it for him. Like he was free.
It could have.
John was letting him go, but then he couldn't leave it alone.
He had to.
He had to. He had to.
To
go
be fair,
after Defoe,
word would have got out.
Yeah.
That he got his son killed.
Yeah.
And yeah, sure, that's gonna make you look like a bit of a badass.
Yeah.
But that's also gonna have people going, yeah, I think we can fucking knock him off his perch, right?
Yeah.
The second that he meets with Defoe, though, I was like, oh, you're dead.
Yeah.
You're dead. But the only real negative is the last fight scene with John Wick versus Vigo.
Okay.
And the only reason for that is because I didn't feel... Well, they didn't do anything to make you think that Vigo could physically match up with John Wick.
Yeah.
You know? Like with Perkins, she's in the same line of work as him.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't give a fuck about the rules. Her fight with him was gross. You could have seen him lose to her. You'd be pissed, obviously, because it would make for a terrible movie, but you wouldn't be like, that makes no fucking sense. Whereas in this one, I mean, sure, like, Wick is still beat up. Like, he's still beat the fuck up, okay? But I was just kind of like, it was almost like, I felt like they dragged it a little bit too long. If it would have been like like maybe got a couple of quick hits, and then it was just like, oof, over. Yeah. Then I might not have griped as much. But that was the only thing. The only thing. But I do like, my favorite part though, one of my favorite parts, is the bookend. Because it starts when he's dying. It starts
with him dying, yeah.
You know, and you're like, holy fuck. And then it picks up to him dying again, and he busts into the pound.
Yeah.
As soon as he busts into the pound, I'm like, he's getting another fucking dog.
He gets another dog.
He's getting another fucking dog. And he gets a fucking, like a... Pit bull dog. Chocolate brown pit bull.
Adorable looking
Looks
dog.
adorable.
Adorable.
You know what his name is? Good Boy.
Good boy.
That's amazing.
Yep.
As soon as he grabbed that dog, I was like, oh, this is great. This is great. And that's it. So we wrap up one of the best action flicks in recent memory. For me, like, since Skyfall, I would say. Skyfall is one of the best action flicks I've seen in a long time. Mm-hmm. American action flicks.
Oh, American action flicks.
Yeah,
okay.
that's what I mean.
I thought you were about the American with George Clooney.
That was garbage.
That was very good.
That was not very good at all.
No.
And I watched it wanting to like it.
Yeah, same here. Same here. I was like, it's got cool poster art.
The other thing I didn't like, one of the things I didn't like the most about the American was they actually made it sound like it was this beautifully shot movie. It wasn't.
It wasn't.
And there was nothing that I was like, wow.
I found it ultimately boring, and I found that the end kind of just like left me going, okay.
It was boring for one. They did absolutely nothing to make me care about any of these characters.
Yeah.
At all. Like we'll use the Born Identity, for instance. I'm the guy that when you said, "Oh, Matt Damon's in an action movie," I was like, "Okay."
Yeah.
Who gives a shit?
Matt Damon.
You know?
Yeah.
And then I watched the movie, and like I said in the previous Camcast, I didn't really get it at first. You know, I was expecting like wall-to-wall action, and when I didn't get that, I didn't expect it. So I was like, I don't know what you're talking about, Ken. It's not that good.
Right. And plus, it came out the same summer when he was doing that competing thing with Ben Affleck for Sum of All Fears.
Yeah.
So I was comparing the two of them.
Yeah.
In which case, I went, "Oh, Sum of All Fears was better."
And it was.
Yeah.
At the time.
At
for
the
me.
time.
But
And
now...
then,
But then I watched The Born Supremacy. And I was old enough, and I was in martial arts at the time, so when I watched Born Supremacy, I'm like... And I rewatched Born
go
Identity,
back.
and then I was like, "You're dumb, Chris.
Yep.
You are dumb."
You're dumb.
So, but as an example, so if we compare the American to the Born Identity is beautifully shot.
Yes.
Those long shots of like Paris and Berlin and all these other like, not even like tourist spots, because like what's his face, the director, Gilroy, Tony Gilroy.
Writer.
No, he was a script writer.
Writer. Director is, for fuck's sakes, what's it?
Edge of Tomorrow director.
Edge. Doug Liman.
Yeah, Doug Liman. So Doug Liman actually said, like, I wanted to show different parts of Europe that we don't normally see, but still have beautiful shots. And I'm like, these are beautiful. The American, not so much.
Yeah.
Boring. Nothing boring about John Wick. And even though, like I was saying, like the last fight scene, the last boss fight, was a bit of a letdown. In the sense, not a letdown, but in the sense that I was just kind of, yeah, but I don't believe it. I don't believe that this guy could kill him.
Yeah.
That's the only
But I
thing.
also believe, like all the sub-bosses were the real bosses of the movie. He was just a little bitch at the end of the road.
Yeah, no.
John knocked them all off.
Yeah, that's true. No, it's very true.
Got to the prize.
Got to the prize, yeah.
Who he was going to let go.
Yeah, no, I know.
But then you killed Willem
Dafoe.
Dafoe.
One of those just like, well...
Don't kill Willem Dafoe.
Yeah, don't ever kill Willem Dafoe.
Leave him alone.
Yeah.
Just leave him alone. The entire cast is amazing. Ian McShane, Lance Reddick as Charon, the concierge at the Continental.
Who is not even British.
Not even British. I saw that guy on the TV show Fringe, and I've loved him ever since.
Never watched Fringe.
Oh,
I know.
So
I know.
fucking
I've
good.
heard.
So good. The music. Tyler Bates and Joel J. Richard. I don't know who that guy is, but Tyler Bates I've always loved.
Yeah.
He's done Guardians
1 and 2.
All of James Gunn's movies. I love his music.
The
But
soundtrack is amazing.
The fact that he used Marilyn Manson's Killing Strangers as like a theme throughout the movie, it was such a great theme. Like when John's driving over the bridge and they got that Killing Strangers playing, I was just like, oh, this is really good.
And for like a Manson fan, like for myself, like not too many people know I'm a Manson fan, but I am.
Yeah.
I'm a Manson fan. Not only am I a Manson fan, but I also respect him as an artist.
Yeah.
You know, like, yeah, you might not visually find him, like, you might be freaked out by him, but that guy pushes the boundaries and he makes music.
Yeah.
But great music. But man, like,
his stuff today is like almost Alice Cooperish.
Everything
so well written
about this movie from top to bottom is so well done.
Yeah.
You know, and it's a shame that The Equalizer made more money than this movie. That was a bet
I love
lost.
The Equalizer.
That was a bit I lost, actually.
I love The Equalizer.
The first Equalizer was good.
I still haven't seen the sequel.
I haven't either, and I don't think I'm going to.
I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch it.
You know what? I might if it shows up on Netflix. I'm not going to go out of my way.
But you know what? The only thing the two movies have in common is they came out at the same summer. They are totally different movies.
Yes. Yeah, very much so. But the one thing I will say, though, is I think it'll depend on the order, because I watched John Wick first.
And I watched Equalizer first.
Exactly.
And there it is.
Yeah, and that's it right there. Whereas, I think if I would have watched Equalizer first, I might.
But now I've bumped John Wick. I enjoy John Wick a little bit more, I think.
Well, because I've watched
I
the
still love
Equalizer since. I've watched the Equalizer since, and I still like it.
Yeah.
But I don't have that, like, feeling of just, like, now I feel like I could take out 3 guys in a bar with a fucking pencil.
Yeah.
A fucking pencil.
Fucking pencil.
You know what I mean?
I feel like, you know how you say, like, the ending of John Wick was kind of let down? I feel like the ending of Equalizer was its big moment.
Yes.
So Equalizer was kind of had a slow
I
throughout,
agree.
and then they had that big moment with the killer music playing.
Yeah.
Just,
strolling
It's
through
epic.
the fucking
Just epic, using everything in this hardware store as a weapon.
the hardware's fire stuff. The
Yeah.
sprinkler system is
Yeah.
working. I was just like, man, that just looks visually cool. You're right.
Visually amazing.
You're right.
So whereas Wick, like the whole movie is just balls to the wall, insane, and then you get that ending where it doesn't live up to what you were expecting.
Well, just the boss fight, because the ending is amazing.
Yeah.
With the ending with the dog is because you're like, yo,
I know,
yes.
I know, and then he walks away with the dog, and,
Yeah.
and the movie could have ended, and that could
Exactly,
have been John
and
Wick.
and then that's where the comparison for Born
Yeah.
Again, the same thing. It could have ended there, him walking off into the night.
But Wick made money. Equalizer made more money.
Yes.
But Wick was made on a lower budget.
Yeah.
So technically,
Kinda
in the end,
evens. I think it's probably about the same.
I think it's probably the same.
Probably about the same.
Yeah.
However, it's the feedback for John Wick.
Yeah.
Because, like I said,
It got a huge fan following.
well,
All these young people are finally realizing Keanu Reeves.
yeah,
We're talking kids that were born in the late 90s. They weren't
they weren't
around
watching
for the
Speed.
Matrix and
They weren't watching
Speed
Speed.
and Point
They
Break.
might have been around for the Matrix though, if they're born in the 90s.
They'd be young though.
Still.
Not watching it probably.
Yeah, still. But even for me, it was just, it's one of those where I was just like, Jesus fucking Christ. Because everything in this, it's fleshed out.
Yeah.
Everything is thought about. It's like there's a purpose to every single thing in this movie. And you don't see that very often.
Mm-hmm.
Especially in action movies. You don't see that very often.
Yeah.
You see that, like I said, The Matrix. You saw that in The Matrix.
Mm-hmm.
You saw that in the Bourne movies. You saw that in the good Daniel Craig Bond movies.
Every
you know?
second movie. Yeah.
Exactly. You see that in the last stretch of the Mission Impossible movies.
Mm-hmm.
But like I was saying, now because we had so much of the Bourne Identity stuff. Now we're seeing John Wick's influence in other movies. Like you're seeing long shots. Well, we saw them in Mission Impossible, the most recent one, Fallout.
Mm-hmm.
Long shots.
Do you think that was due to John Wick?
I think it had something to do with John Wick. Yes,
Yeah.
very much so.
Yeah.
Because even in Rogue Nation, you saw more wide shots, less.
I feel like Tom
repeated
Cruise
cuts.
is really good at looking at what's popular.
Yeah,
now.
and you've said that before
I'm going,
too.
I like that. I'm going to
Yeah.
try that.
Exactly, but I feel like it's kind of the same idea with GoldenEye and Casino Royale and Skyfall, where they took the best parts of the Bourne Identity, Bourne Supremacy type of action style,
Mm-hmm.
and even that sort of gritty, back to basics type concept, and then just made Bond around it,
Yeah.
and made it really, really good.
Yeah.
Sure, the writer's strike was a problem for Quantum of Solace. That was a big problem. But like I said, they went too far into the Bourne-like stuff,
Mm-hmm.
where it felt less like a Bond movie.
Yep.
But then you get Skyfall, and now you've got Skyfall, which is a mash of James Bond, the Bourne movies, and The Dark Knight.
Yep.
And it just was amazing. So I think you're right with Tom Cruise, where he's looking at it and goes, okay, all right, because like every one of his Mission Impossible movies are almost like a snap of that time period, but like almost the best of that time period. Like even though I don't look at Mission Impossible 2 as fondly as I did, it's very much the best of that style of
Exactly.
movie in that time
He
period.
went,
So you're
"Oh,
very right.
John Woo. I want to give this guy a shot.
Yeah.
And I think I like it. Tom Cruise is going, what's popular right now because I want to make a lot of money off my next movie. Tom Cruise loves movies.
Yes, exactly.
He sees a movie,
Exactly.
he goes, what's popular? Oh, this. And he'll watch it and he'll go, oh, that's awesome.
I feel like not only does he watch that,
Yeah.
but he will say, okay, but what are the movies that influence that?
Mhm.
And then watch those.
And he'll go back.
I feel like
He would.
does
Yeah.
his homework.
He does.
He it's like well, when I started getting into drums,
Mhm.
you know, I started looking at Trey Cool and Dave Grohl and stuff like that, and I was like, okay, these guys are good, and then I really like them. And then it was when I got into high school, it was Pantera, and I was like, I really loved Vinnie Paul on the drums, rest in peace. But in an interview, he goes, I just wanted to be like Neil Peart from Rush, and then I was like, okay, checked out Neil Peart from Rush, and Neil Peart was like, I just wanted to be like Buddy Rich.
Yeah.
So checked out Buddy Rich, and then like from there you start looking at all the drummers in that era, so like Gene Krupa and stuff like that. So now I look at it and go like, fuck, I should do that more often and just study and study and study but yeah, I feel that way about Tom Cruise. So I think it has a lot to do with John Wick. I think it also has a lot to do with him being a fan and just kind of taking it and doing his own spin on it.
Yep.
Because I don't feel like he's copying by any means. Just like I didn't feel like Casino Royale or Batman Begins were copying. They had people that were like, this works,
yeah.
let's do this with that. Anyway, I don't have anything else to say about John Wick.
I'm on John Wick too.
Other than it's fucking amazing.
John Wick is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Now, John Wick 2, I've only seen once. And it's really fresh because I just watched it.
Yeah.
I just watched it for the first time.
Yeah.
And it's
So I'm going to let
really
you go again,
sad.
too. I'm going to let you go again,
really,
too.
really sad. Same creative team is back on this. Same
Yep.
writer, same director.
Yep.
Keanu is back, obviously. And we got.
What is sad, though? You're saying it's really sad. What's sad? That you've only watched it once?
I bet I've only watched it once.
It is sad.
It is sad.
It's sad.
Thanks, bud. Actually, you know what? I look at those 2 years in BC, and it upsets me that I fell back behind on my movies so much.
Yeah, but...
Because I couldn't afford it. But I love movies.
Oh.
You know how much I love them. I
you
bleed
and
movies.
You and I both love movies.
Yeah.
You love movies more than me. It's close. It is close.
But I
You
was
do love movies
raised
more than
on movies. Like, my uncle had a video store. I would get all the video catalogs, VHSs.
Yeah.
$130 for a VHS. I learned about all this. Passenger 57, Wesley Snipes.
Yep.
Oh, that looks cool.
Yep.
I was watching Under Siege with my dad when I was 10.
I was in the same
By
similar
the way,
boat because...
Steven Seagal was almost Batman. Did you read that article the other day? Yeah.
What?
The producers of 89 Batman wanted Steven Seagal to play him before Michael Keaton came on.
Oh.
We almost had Steven Seagal's Batman.
That would have been so god-awfully terrible. Could you imagine Bruce Wayne with a fucking ponytail?
Can you imagine?
Oh.
We almost had that. If that was the case, we wouldn't be celebrating its anniversary this year.
No, we would definitely not. Or I think we would, but it would just be kind of like, well, it's a Batman movie.
Yeah.
Then again, I also don't think it would have kickstarted a franchise. Unless they recast immediately.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
that was almost a thing.
But then again, we almost had, what was it? It was almost Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone as Jason Bourne.
Yeah, that's right.
But both of them didn't get it. Like, they were just like, no, I don't.
Not enough action.
No, yeah, like, I can't do this.
Who wants to watch this shit?
And then, so they kind of just went like, well, hey, Matt Damon, you wanna...
Yeah, we've run out of people.
Want to read for this movie?
Yeah.
But anyway. So John Wick Chapter 2.
John Wick Chapter 2.
Timestamp.
Boom. So we kind of opened, like, the first movie wrapped. There was no continuation, like, the second into the third.
Yeah, there was no indication that there was going to be a second.
Right. So then we get this introduction to this Ricardo Scamarillo as Santino Di Antonio. Right?
Yep.
He's got this blood oath marker. John owes him. Right?
Hold on. Is that how it opens?
Well...
It opens with him getting his fucking car back and killing seminal bad guy.
Right.
Seminal Euro trash bad guy.
Right.
What's the fuck's his name?
Peter Stormare.
Yeah.
Does he kill him, though? I don't think he killed him. I think he let him go.
He lets him go. He lets him live.
Yeah, because he's just like, here's your keys.
They share a drink.
Right. That is an amazing start. I totally forgot about that.
I know you did.
Because I was going right into
amazing. Because now...
He's stalking them with cars.
He's stalking them with cars.
Yeah.
And he's killing them with his car.
With his car.
With guns.
Yeah.
With his body.
His car is getting destroyed.
It's like you literally take everything that you've gotten from the first movie, then add a fucking car into it.
Mm-hmm.
And he's laying everybody out with his fucking car, destroys the fucking car.
Well, that's the thing with the John Wick movies. Like, they gotta step it up every time. Like,
but
it's getting crazy.
Yeah,
now.
but if they, even if they didn't start out with that sequence, I still would have been like, this is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
But the first 15 minutes is just this balls out action scene.
Mm-hmm.
And it's almost like you almost feel like, okay, but how can they top that? Yeah. I don't even ask that question now.
No,
I don't even ask that anymore because I'm just like, they'll top it.
I'm expecting
They'll fucking top it. There's no way they won't top it.
So right, you get that awesome scene. So
but I even like that scene where he's just like, all of this for a fucking dog?
Yeah.
And he just kind of, strolls in and they share the drink and it's just like, ugh. He's the only one that lives.
Mm-hmm.
If I remember correctly, I think he's the only one that lives.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
John walks away.
He lets him live. That's right. Because he goes, be seeing you.
Be seeing you. No.
See you around.
Yeah.
It's see you around. That's what it is.
Yeah. So yeah, that's right. So now he's back at the house. He's playing with his dog.
Yeah.
Which is a dog.
Yep.
He just calls it dog.
Good boy. No, it's good boy.
I think he calls it dog. Doesn't
First one's dog. Second one's good boy.
I'm pretty sure that
Okay.
that
He broke it once.
Sharon at the Continental, when John leaves a dog with him, I'm pretty sure he says, "What's his name?" And he goes, "Dog."
Hold on.
Okay. All right. So, anyways, we get introduced to this Santino. Right off the bat, I don't like the dude. I don't like him, and I will say that out of the trilogy, he's my least favorite villain. I just wasn't feeling him.
Chapter 2, dog name. Oh, yeah, okay, so no, he doesn't really give him a name in the second one.
Was it the third movie then he gave it Good Boy?
I think so.
Okay. So I'm pretty sure he's just calling him Doug in the second movie.
In the second one, he's not even really calling him anything.
Yeah.
That's right. Because the guy asks him at the desk if he's got a name, and he says no. Yeah. Okay, sorry. So anyway,
the house, Santino. John finally has everything. He's got his car back. He's got a dog.
He's got his car back. He's got a dog.
He killed the guys that killed his dog.
He buries everything.
Yeah.
He's back to normal. And then the Santino guy comes in and goes, "Hey, man, I need you to kill my sister."
Yeah.
And he's like, he's literally like, I'm out. Please don't do this.
Yeah.
And again, like I was saying with the first movie, where they give you the bits of lore, they don't give you everything. They just give you these little bits, and you go, okay, all right. So now we hear about blood markers. Now we find out
the
that one of the reasons that he was able to get out and complete his impossible task was because Santino guy helped him.
Yep.
And now this blood marker is literally the blood oath between two people.
Yep.
That whenever you need a favor, I have to do this. Because you helped me, I will help you. And Wick is pleading with him. He's like, please don't do this. Like, I'm out. And he goes, you were out, then you came back. Here you go. And yeah, you don't like Santino, but he's got a point. Yeah. You know? Yeah. I still fucking hate him. He's one of the worst.
I still hate him.
Because he's a fucking dirtbag all the way through. Especially because he's going to kill his sister to get her place on at the seat of the High Council. Yeah. And again, you're saying High Council. Like, this is fucking getting up there, right? And so now we get that begrudgingly the old assassin pulled back in for that one last job, right? But you don't think about it when you're watching this movie because you're just like, holy fuck, like, I hate this guy. Blows up his house.
Blows his house up.
Blows his fucking house up.
Goes out to the car, shoots a missile or a grenade or whatever.
Especially like right after he just finished burying everything again, and you're like, oh fuck.
My immediate thought when the house blew up was the fucking dog.
I know. You're like, are you kidding?
They killed his dog again?
But they didn't.
They did. The dog licks him and wakes him up.
Yeah, I was like,
yes,
so
that
awesome.
dog lives.
So then goes to the Continental, leaves him with him. Then flies out to Italy, and then gets introduced to the Italian Continental.
Now we're going over to Europe. There's a new Continental.
I was like, this is awesome.
This world just continues to grow. Like, the world building is insane.
But they're giving you into, like, morsels. They're not like, this is the whole world. It's drip-fed to you. Yeah. I love the sequence with the, what's-his-face, the Q guy. He plays the Tick.
Oh.
He's the one that's like, he's showing him all the guns and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
That whole scene is great because it's just like, something for dinner, something for a movie, that kind of terminology. Like, they're using these, like, terminology that you wouldn't tie to organized crime. Yeah. You know? But it's just like, even just the thought process into the suit, and all these things, I was just like, man, I can't get over this. Like, this just feels like it's his suit of armor that they're making, because it is. Yep. The whole guns and everything, like, you're just like, holy fuck. And then it's just, he gets everything set up in the catacombs, because that's how he's going to get into the nightclub / ultimately place for the sister.
Yeah.
And then you find out there's a history between him and the sister. Like, they had hooked up.
Well, you get to the... He gets there first. He gets to the big part, and he bumps into Common.
Yeah. I love it.
Who's her bodyguard, I guess.
Yeah.
Her main guy.
Exactly.
Common and John have this history. Common's name is Cassian in the movie.
That's right. You working tonight? Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, alright.
And immediately he knows John's here for a reason.
Why else would he be here? Why else would he be here?
And he's watching him. He knows.
You know?
Yeah. And you get there and that awesome... That's Tyler Bates playing on stage.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Well, he's been the guitarist for Marilyn Manson for a couple albums.
Oh, yeah, I always forget that.
So that's him playing on stage with that woman, Nostalgia, and they're playing this song called Plastic Heart. And now this song is used as a theme throughout this movie.
Yes, very much
And
so.
it is an awesome song.
So good.
And it really sets the mood
So good.
throughout the whole thing from that moment on. I love the music in these movies.
I love the music, and I can't say this enough. I love the visuals.
Yeah.
I love even
the music
this one,
and the visuals.
Music,
They're almost characters themselves.
Very much so, and but I like that again. This is a very aside from the huge opening, now it's quiet again.
It's very quiet.
And even when he goes to kill her,
yeah,
and he's literally like, I have to do this.
Yeah.
Like it's a blood marker, and she's just like, okay, and then she kills herself.
She cuts her wrist,
but
he still shoots her in the head.
Still shoots her in the head, and that part I was just kind of like, yeah, but I mean,
he had to put his signature on it.
I understand that, but if you're gonna nitpick, right? Like if you're like, oh, like wouldn't you notice after the fact that she tried to kill herself type of thing? But like whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's just one of those like, it just kind of seems redundant. But yeah, you have to put your mark on it. But I like when he passes by Common again, and I can't remember what he says something about what the hell was it? Essentially, it was just like everything work out, and he goes, "Afraid so." And immediately Common's just like,
what?
Wait a minute. Boom.
Gone.
And then they start, he takes off because he's like, wait, what the fuck just happened? And I love that he goes, afraid so. You know, because he's like... And then you have the fucking crazy fight scene in the nightclub. That goes
into the catacombs.
Into the catacombs.
Now, that catacomb shootout...
Hold on.
Felt like a video game.
And we introduce... what's her name?
Ruby Rose.
Ruby Rose.
Yeah, who's Santino's
head John Wick guy.
Yeah, exactly. And she's cocky.
Great.
She's cocky too.
I love that she can't speak.
Yeah.
And she signs.
Yeah.
And I thought that was really cool. And she's cocky, yes, but she wants to fucking kill John Wick.
Yeah.
Because you kill John Wick.
You kill John Wick, you're immediately at the top.
You're like, now you're the John Wick.
Yeah,
right? You killed the guy that they send to kill the boogeyman? Yeah. Alright.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right, that catacomb sequence felt like a video game.
I felt like it was Uncharted. The way he was going down and the shootouts, I was like...
Or even Rise of the Tomb Raider, which I've been playing lately.
Yeah.
Almost done.
I was straight up going why are they not looking at this guy to direct an Uncharted movie?
Yeah, exactly. Or the Tomb Raider movies.
Or that.
Because, the Tomb Raider movie was alright.
I enjoyed the remake.
I enjoyed
the reboots or whatever.
I liked it better than I liked the originals.
Alicia Vikander was awesome as Laura.
Yeah, excellent choice.
Yeah.
Excellent choice for that.
And I'm glad they're going to have a sequel.
Oh, good. Good.
Which makes me so happy.
Yeah, me too.
Because I wasn't sure if it was going to get one.
Yeah, because even Michelle and I both...
It wasn't super successful. It made a little money.
Just enough.
Just enough.
Just enough. But anyway, so yeah, that whole catacomb sequence was fucking amazing. And I knew it was going to be good because, let's face it, there's no reason to think it wouldn't be. Yeah. But I didn't think it was going to be that good. That was wow, this is so good. Just everything. And again, it feels real.
Yeah.
When he's shooting guys in the fucking face and they show you him shooting them in the face, you're not yeah, okay. You're oh,
yeah.
Holy shit, holy fuck. That's what I was saying almost, all three of these movies, I'm just holy shit, holy shit, oh my god, it was just crazy.
So now because he killed her, a hit is put out for John Wick. So exactly. When he gets back to America...
But it's Santino that calls the hit out.
It is
because
Santino.
He kills his sister.
Exactly.
Well, what kind of brother would I be if I didn't take out a hit on you?
Exactly.
And now, if you didn't hate him before,
you really
hate him now. You hate him so much.
Oh, I hate that.
Because you're you son of a fucking bitch. You fucker. especially
You
because
fucked him
he
so
spent
good.
the whole time talking to Santino, going like, "Don't do this, please don't do this. Like I'm begging you, don't do this." And then finally he's just like, "Too bad, buddy."
Mm-hmm.
And then he's just like, "What kind of brother would I be?" And you're like, "You son of a bitch, I can't."
Because he's
believe you
figuring
killed."
John's gonna die, and then no one knows
That's it.
I killed my sister.
That's it, or it won't matter because I've already got a seat at the high table.
Yep.
You know, and fuck, man.
So then you get all these great fights with all these different like train killers. The common fight on the train was amazing.
But I love that they intersperse the fight scene with montages.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
So like, because they could have just rested on their laurels and did similar stuff like they did in the first one. No, they changed the game. Now they have that ridiculous sequence where they're walking in the train station, and it's just like.
Yep.
And normal people are just strolling around like, oh yeah, just 3 bullets in the wall, no big deal. Don't even look. Don't even look.
Yeah.
Something's going on we don't need to be a part of. You know, or but the best part about the whole montage scene, he kills people with a fucking pencil.
Mm-hmm.
And I read in an interview where the director Chad was like, "Well, I mean, we talk about it in the first movie, so I felt like we had to show it in this movie.
Yeah.
That like he could do it." And I was like, "He fucking killed him with a pencil. That's
2 of them,
awesome."
right? Killed 2 with the pencil.
2 guys with a pencil.
Yep.
There was that big, huge guy that he fucking killed. Like, the montages were great, because, like I said, you intersperse. So, part 1 is with these guys, part 2 is with that guy, part 3 is with that guy, part 4 is a little bit longer with Common, then right back into it. But that fight scene with Common on the fucking train was great.
Really great.
So
At
good.
first, I kind of laughed seeing Common.
I know.
But then, after that fight scene, I was like, fuck, that was
I
great.
didn't laugh. I just kind of went, yeah, but then
Yeah,
I was like,
did,
oh.
okay, I didn't really laugh, but I was just like,
Yeah.
all
It was
right.
one of those like, oh, okay.
Like, all right.
But now, the fight scene was so good with Common that I was like, where was he in the third one? Why didn't he show up for that one? Right?
Yep.
That was such a good fight scene. And again, see you around.
Yep.
Or be seeing you, yeah.
Yep. Leaves him to bleed out on the train. Doesn't die, though.
I do like the part in the Continental where they're sharing the drink.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that was fun.
They bust through the glass, and then it's just like, you can't conduct business on continental ground. Or yeah, and they're just like, okay, all right, and they're both fucked.
Yeah. And
they're both drinking, and Com's like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking kill you, and Wick is just like, well, you're welcome to try. You know, and I like that Wick's not like, no, I'm gonna fucking kill you. He's just kind of like, you're welcome to try, right? So that part was nice because it led into letting him bleed out in the train. Yeah. But I don't think they actually acknowledge that he died, though.
No, they don't. They don't. The train doors close and he just goes along.
Yeah. So
he's like
collateral.
Yeah.
Collateral ending.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Collateral.
Oh man, collateral. Collateral. Yeah. So you get that fight scene, and like everybody's out for this marker.
Yeah.
It's called it's not a marker. It's
Blood Oath.
Blood marker is
Blood Oath marker.
No, it's blood marker. Blood marker is what the actual thing is.
Yes.
The hit is something else, though. It's called something else.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, they got all the special terminology.
Again. Yeah, all that special terminology.
Again, that's just like the mythology growing once
exactly.
again. Like,
but
they
then
got, this call center.
Yeah.
That's call
great.
Center.
That's
showing,
super great.
All these really scuzzy looking people working.
Not even scuzzy. It's Suicide Girls.
Yeah.
Suicide Girls?
Yeah.
It's all Suicide Girls.
Pretty much.
Just doing this analog bullshit with like line here, chalk.
Yeah.
For everything. But I love the museum fight scene. The museum fight scene is so fucking good because again, like you're saying, like even like you got the train scene, the montage scene. You're like, okay, well, how do you fucking top this?
Mm-hmm.
You top this by having a fucking fight in a museum.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. It's like almost like ballet. How beautiful and horrible and disgusting these fight scenes are.
Yeah.
But I just love this fusion of like jujitsu and judo and gun kata and like takedowns and stuff like that, where like even just like grappling techniques that he's using to tie one guy up here, shoots these guys, shoots him in the face, and then take down this guy to fucking like, oh man, they're so beautiful.
Yeah.
So excellently choreographed. And the best part is he's doing all of this.
Oh yeah, because his stunt double's behind the camera.
He's training like in fight sequences and gun sequences for like months before the filming starts.
Yep.
And that's incredible that he's like, no, I'm gonna actually do it. And you watch the videos on YouTube, he's having the time of his life, and I'm just like, that's fucking amazing. But I remember, what was it, in The Matrix, actually, they asked if he knew how to fight, and he said, no, I don't know how to fight. But he was saying that so nobody would step up to him in the street.
Yeah.
Because he knows how to fight.
Yeah.
Like, I would not want to fucking... he wouldn't anyway. He'd literally be like,
He's just a chill, humble dude.
But that whole sequence was fucking amazing. But the thing that made my jaw drop was when he blew his fucking brains out on the Continental. He's just like, don't do it, John.
Yeah, Winston's
Don't
like, John?
Because
John?
he's taunting him. He's just like, what are you going to do?
And Winston's looking at Johnny. He knows John's going to like, he's like, don't do it,
And then
John.
it's just like,
yeah.
And you're like, oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's so nuts. And then you get that whole thing where it's like, how much time do I have? Got an hour. I'll give you an hour, John. Mm-hmm. And then all their phones are lighting up in that park.
Everybody.
Every single fucking phone. So just something as simple as that, you're going, this underworld is huge. Huge.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Ooh.
And again, like I said, like, you're just like if you liked John Wick, and I said this to people. I said to people, if you liked John Wick, then you're going to love John Wick Chapter 2. There's no way you're not going to love Chapter 2.
Yeah.
Okay? Again, I see no reason why if you like John Wick Chapter 2, you're not going to love John Wick Parabellum. There's no way. Or is it John Wick 3 Parabellum?
John Wick Chapter 3.
It is Chapter
Parabellum.
3. Okay. But yeah, like just incredible. That movie was so great. But now I'm like, holy fuck.
The ending blew me away. Because
now it's like, holy shit.
It's a to be continued ending.
How is he going to get out of this?
So I was like, how did they know they're going to make a third after this? It's a big risk when you have an ending like that.
Yes.
It's always a risk.
It is.
Luckily, number 2 made even more than number 1.
Yeah.
And now you're getting this huge fan base where number 3 was a big hit.
Huge hit.
I think it made 3 times the amount the first did.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah. I think you're right, actually.
Yeah.
It was the one movie that knocked off Endgame.
Oh, before we leave number 2, we didn't touch on Lawrence Fishburne as the Bowery King.
Yes, you're right. We did not. Loved it. When they introduced him, I went, oh my god! And immediately I was like, where's Carrie-Anne Moss?
Right? I was doing the same thing.
In fact, I sat through the third one going like,
Carrie-Anne Moss.
Come on!
Gotta pop
but
up.
yeah, I was like, this is awesome. And I loved his character because I liked how it was another facet to this world.
Yep.
But now it's like, well, we're the guys on the outside.
Yeah.
We're still part of it. But where are the guys on the outside?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, the whole thing where, like, he's, this is after the Common fight, so he's fucked up. And finally he just kind of, like, gets to the one dude and just flips him a coin.
Yep.
And he's just rambling, weird shit, conspiracy theories, then all of a sudden it's just like, right back to weird shit, and you're just like, what is happening? And then when they introduce him and they patch him up, and they're just like, well, yeah, be careful, type of thing. And, but that's it. Like,
but it was so cool to see the two of them again.
So cool.
And then the Ruby Rose fight too.
Yes.
It was short, and I kind of felt like John was like sorry he had to kill her. I think he felt like she had promise or something.
He didn't kill her.
He did.
No.
I swear he did.
Be seeing you.
No, she died. I'm positive Ruby Rose died. Can you Google that one again?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he let her go.
Okay, all right. Because I'm pretty positive she died.
I thought he let her go. I thought he said be seeing you. Oh, she might have been bleeding.
I think she bled out and died. And her name was Ares.
That's cool.
That was cool. Now I think I'm done with number 2. Ends with him being excommunicado. I love that term.
Excommunicado, that's right.
Excommunicado.
I was trying to remember that one. Yeah, as she lay dying, be seeing you, he says, yeah. That's right. I agree. Like die. It's kind of unfortunate that she had to die.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? I got mixed up because I was like, yeah, they didn't really show you that Common died, whether he did or didn't. They didn't acknowledge it.
They didn't show him dying. Yeah.
She did die. The fight scene was good too. I really enjoyed the fight scene.
Get the little jump.
Visual was awesome too, like in that mirror setup too. That was really great.
John Leguizamo made an appearance again in number 2. I missed him in number 3 though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But I also missed Carrie Ann Moss in number 3.
Yeah. It's got to be in number 4. So.
Who knows?
Parabellum.
Parabellum,
which means prepare for war in Latin.
Yeah, I know.
Because he says in the movie, like Winston's talking in Latin in the movie, and then he goes parabellum, and he says on the screen, "Prepare for war."
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's what it means.
That's the other thing I like
that's
about
kind
their when they do the subtitles and stuff, and they do it off to the side.
Yeah, like
it's a stylized
letters,
thing,
like everything.
It's just really cool. I was like,
so
man,
much
that's
style
really
to
cool.
these movies.
Yeah,
And I think that's because you got a stuntman heading them up. This guy isn't just a normal filmmaker.
Yeah, exactly.
Like he's looking at the action and then growing from that. Whereas everyone else would be like, this fight scene.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
Big whoop-de-doo.
Yeah.
Number 3 takes the mythology to the highest point yet.
Well, and it had to.
Like, it's massive.
It
learn
massive.
We go all over the world. We learn who John really is.
Yeah.
It's insane.
It's so crazy. I actually liked that aspect. I also like when you think about it, you're like, how could his name possibly be John Wick? It isn't.
It isn't.
It isn't at all.
No, I don't remember his real name. It was some Russian name.
Yeah, Russian.
Because he goes to see Angelica Houston, the director. He wants back in.
But I thought that was... No, it was that last favorite, the Ticket Out.
The Ticket Out, right.
Because he had the
she
giant
doesn't
cross.
want to cash it because she knows what's going to happen.
That's right. But she has to.
Yep.
But like... Well, first of all, you have that... Like, now he's on the run.
Yeah.
He's in the rain with his dog. And last-ditch thing with the Continental... Can you take care of my dog? Of course.
Yeah.
Of course I can.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's so awesome. Yeah. And then we get like awesome fight scene with in that guns warehouse or whatever.
Yeah, the knife fight.
The knife fight was horribly, brutally awesome.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
Adrian has this thing in movies where she loves knife fights.
Knife fights are great.
Yeah. Ever since the Thomas Jane Punisher where the knife went through the bottom of the jaw and into the line, and it shows it, she really loves knife fights.
The Hunted.
Yeah.
The Hunted.
The Hunted? Benicio del Toro? Oh, man.
And Tommy Lee Jones. Like, that fight scene was awesome. They're like, here, drop it, gut, cut in the arm, like, all this stuff. I was like, I love them because they're actually scary. Like, knife fight in real life is scary. Yeah. Because, like, you get killed
If someone
easily.
pulled a gun on me, I'd be scared. But if someone pulled a knife on me...
At this distance, too.
Yeah.
Like,
then you'd be like...
Hey, man, whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do. Just don't put that anywhere near you, right? Like, but that knife fight... But even the end where he throws that fucking hatchet at the guy.
Yeah.
And they show it from this perspective, so it's... I was like,
And that fight went on a long time. Like,
I didn't expect it to be that long.
I was watching it, and I was feeling the length, but not caring about the length, because it was so insane.
Well, and they switch areas, so it's there, and then it's in the horse stable.
Yeah.
He's got the horse.
Yeah.
Fucking...
He's using a horse to fight people.
That part was horrible, too. It's just the fucking head.
Just like moving the horse, and then pop!
Oh.
Dude!
I was just like, holy shit. And then, on the horse...
Yeah.
Fighting on the motorcycle.
And like, this is non-stop.
And it's... Yeah, exactly. It's non-stop.
It was probably a good half hour, I think. And I was actually like 20 minutes in, I was kind of going like, is this just going to be like 2 hours of straight action? Like,
exactly.
Are we going to have any slow moments? Because like, this is really intense right now.
Yeah, and they introduced the Adjudicator.
The Adjudicator.
Which I was like, wow.
Who's kind of like a judge, I guess, kind of walking around.
Yeah.
Going, hey, what? She goes after Winston. She goes after the Bowery King.
Yeah. Like, everyone that's any sort of link to this, and she's just like, yeah, well, you've got a week.
Yeah.
You've got a week to settle your affairs because we're getting someone else in this position.
Yeah.
You know? And then, I even love, I wish I remembered his name, Mark DeCasco.
It's Zero. His name's Zero in the movie.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
But when they introduced him, I was like, man, this is awesome. Like,
he's kind of fish.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, and then it's just like, we need you for a job. Okay, game on.
Yep.
Right? And I was like, oh, fine. And I like him. And he's always...
John Wick. He's a John Wick super fan. Which was... It was comedic. It kind of almost felt out of place. But I loved it so much.
I didn't think it was out of place at all. In fact, all three of them, I thought it was just one of those where I'm like, that's hilarious.
I love the two guys from the raid being like, what they call them? They call the two of them the Shinobis. Shinobi 1 and 2.
Nice.
But I loved how much honor there was between all of them.
Well, that's one of the things I like about all three of these movies is that there is honor among all of them.
Yeah.
For the most part.
For the most part. I mean, you get,
Yeah. I mean, Santino...
You get what's her name in the first movie.
Santino and her, but, like, there's always, like, just in real life,
but
there's always
the
people
most
that are
part.
not going to be part of that, but...
Yeah.
But, yeah, just... Oh, man, just incredible. Just incredible fight scenes. And then, I will say this. When they get to Casablanca...
Yes, and you're introduced to the Continental there.
The Continental there, and we are introduced to Halle Berry's character. Sophia.
Yes.
The only thing that was a minus for me was how bland Casablanca looked in comparison to everything else that we've seen.
Yes.
I love the fight scene. I loved that they incorporated the dogs into the fight scene.
The dogs were insane.
I loved that was also another, like, long set-piece fight scene. I thought that was amazing.
I also noticed, I was really paying attention to that scene because right from the start when they introduced Halle Berry and everything, and they talking about her in the movie and before the movie, I was like, I feel like we're setting up a spin-off right now.
I don't think so.
I felt we were setting up a spin-off.
I don't think so. Especially even after the
And when you look at that fight, though, she's got way more screen time than John in that fight.
Yeah.
I kind of feel, I don't know, I feel like there's a spin-off possibility there.
I don't think so. If it happens, okay, fine. I just don't think so because they also talked about spin-off with her Jinx character or whatever the fuck it was in James Bond.
Right, but then that was a different, it didn't succeed and it ended up being Pierce Brosnan's final movie. And they rebooted it.
But still,
they talked about it.
I don't think...
They're not talking spin-off here, but I feel like they could, though.
I don't think so. What I think is going to happen is... well, we'll wait till we get to this part. My theory on what happens to her.
Okay.
Once we're done with this.
Okay.
But, because keep in mind, like, even for me, like, I was saying, like, there's really two ways to end this movie. It's either he goes into hiding, or he gets killed.
Yeah.
Or he dies. Like, he has... And I'm saying, like, it's almost like he has to die, because... How does it end? It has to end with him dying, right? Yep. Okay. But yeah, my only gripe with that scene was just the color palette.
Okay.
It was bland looking.
It was very just... It's kind of... I'm going back to Uncharted again. It's kind of like Uncharted 3 where it was just desert for the last quarter.
Yes.
And it's just very just... Bleh.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I loved all that.
Yeah.
But visually. Compared to the beginning of the game and the second
everything
and the
else
first game.
leading up to that.
Of the first game.
Everything else leading up to that. Now you're getting this and it was just kind of like... Okay, alright. If it wasn't for the dogs, I think the fight scenes wouldn't have been as good.
Right.
Or it wouldn't have been as different because, now you have two people doing the same thing that John Wick does, right? Still, it was awesome. I'll give her credit, too, because she did all the training.
And they teased the dog dying again.
Yeah.
The one dog got shot, and she's like, shot my dog, and I was like, oh. And now I'm like, oh, you guys are teasing it now.
Now you guys are just being dicks.
You know the dog lovers are out there in the crowd.
Yeah, exactly. And the other part... Actually, no, that's pretty much... Yeah, so when it ends up leading into John Wick seeking out the head above the high table or whatever.
Oh, his name, they call him, the Elder.
Yeah, the Elder, that's right, the Elder. So seeking out the Elder, that was another part where I was just kind of like, they basically go, well, you just walk in the desert, and if he wants to be found, he'll find you. And I was just kind of like, that's lame.
It didn't really feel like John Wick either. It kind of went on like this adventure mode type of
that part did take me out of it a little bit until they actually
find treasures while we're on this journey.
It was basically for me. It was the part where they go, "Well, he's either going to find you or he doesn't." And I was like, "Yeah, but that's dumb because he's going to find you. Yeah. Otherwise, the story's done."
Yeah. Ends with John dying in a desert.
Yeah, it's exactly. Like, well, so I was just like, "That's stupid." Yeah. But I will say the fact that he had to give up his finger to get back in
and his wedding ring.
That's right. His wedding ring and the finger. I was just like, no, that's horrible. And then, of course, he does it because, well, that's it.
Yeah,
right?
It's that or die.
Yeah, exactly. So then, he gets a new suit because I remember thinking, like, oh, man, he must stink right now.
Yeah.
Like, that's 3-4 days of fighting. 2 of those days...
Apparently, they use the same suit in every movie.
I'm not
surprised.
surprised.
They have one suit.
I'm not surprised.
Usually they'll have like a dozen, and then that
I'm
one
not
got fucked.
surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. But yeah, so like I just thought, wow, that's incredible. The scenes are incredible. I felt bad for him that he went back in officially. Like I really was like, fuck. Because honestly, like as cool as these fight scenes are, I don't want him to continue to do this when like he had a taste of that life. And I also didn't like how they were starting to do this thing where it's like, well, I mean, you can never stay out for too long, John. Yeah. You're too good. Like this is a part of you. And it reminded me of Jason Bourne, where they're just like you were gonna do this anyway. You look at you. You can't function unless you're doing stuff like this. So, and I was just kind of like, I didn't like that they were kind of hinting that he couldn't leave, right? But anyway, so he gives up his finger, his wedding ring, pledges allegiance.
He's going back in.
He's got to kill Winston. He's got to kill Winston to right everything.
Yep.
And you're just like, holy fuck. I absolutely love the siege on the Continental. What do they say? The entire Continental was excommunicado. The entire thing. So it was like, get out or you're going to be killed. And I loved how they upped the ante on the bad guys where now they're armored. Like, really armored. Yeah. And I love the sequences where it's just like John Wick is trying to kill them and he can't, goes back to get more weapons. Yeah. And then starting to do some damage, but it's like a couple of waves and you're just like, holy shit.
And I like that he played homage to his Matrix role where he went guns, lots of guns.
Yes,
same
exactly.
Line,
guns.
same line.
Lots of guns. I was like, yes!
Yeah.
But, like, that whole fucking sequence was amazing. Visually amazing. Like, it actually felt like it made up for the visuals that I felt you lost in Casablanca. And then bring it right back to this, and I was just like, oh, okay, yes, this feels like John Wick again. Yeah. And I will say this, like, I remember when you say with Dark Knight, when Batman goes to China, and it takes you out of the movie, this, I felt with the whole Casablanca sequence, felt like, okay, I don't feel like this is a John Wick movie. Right. Yeah, fight sequences, yes. It's specifically the desert.
I think that's what it is. Well, the desert
is the part where I go,
But even the Halle Berry thing for me. Because the Halle Berry thing for me felt like, when you're watching Arrow. And they introduce
it's
the
an audition
Flash,
for,
and you're like, this is the pilot test. Yeah. And I felt like that was that for her. I feel like they're testing a spin-off right now.
Yeah, I can see why you think that. Yeah. I can see why you think
Plus, they introduced the bad guy of Casablanca. She gets her dog to eat his nuts, and she lets him live. So now you have a villain.
Plus, you hear about the daughter backstory. Yeah. Yeah.
So that's why I'm just like, I feel like there's a spin-off.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, and I get that. I understand what you're saying. I'm not saying you're completely wrong, because I feel like this is one of those where it's like, it's two different viewpoints. Yes. Right? So neither one is right or wrong.
This feels like they introduced a lot of story with her, and then didn't really take it anywhere. Okay, now she has a lot of...
I got you. Okay, I hear you.
Maybe she'll just come back in the fourth. Who knows?
What the fuck was I going to say now? Oh yeah. So getting back to the excommunicado. Yeah. I like that they introduce early in the movie the glass floor. Yeah. That whole sequence there, and they're just like, well, now like everyone's cards are on the tables. You see everything, right? And then they leave it. Then they come back to that for the fight scene with the shinobis. And
he goes full on raid style. We're going up each floor.
Awesome.
Fighting guys on every floor.
Awesome.
To the boss at the top.
But yeah, I love it that they're just like they're literally like, man, this is an honor. Yeah.
Yeah, I know when they're talking about it.
And then he beats the fuck out of both of them finally. Yeah. And then they're both just like, and he's just like, see you around. Yeah. And they're like, oh.
Wow. Okay.
Whew.
And they both live.
Yeah, and then you have one of the best fight sequences because it's a subversion. Yeah. Like you're saying it was almost too comical or almost a bit out, but I enjoyed the fact that this guy was like, oh man, like I'm gonna kill you, but this is just
the best moment of my life right now.
And like they have this amazing fight sequence. Yeah. and like especially for him, like he's not a young guy either.
No, he's got to be around the same age as Keanu.
He's a
because he's been around for a long. He did the Crow TV.
I was just gonna say he did the Crow TV series.
Yeah.
And he's done other things in and around stuff
Yeah,
like that, but he's
been
always
around a
been
long time.
you know. But anyway, so that Crow TV show was garbage. Though.
It was,
and I really
which
wanted
was
to
really
like
unfortunate.
it. I really wanted to.
It was
like
almost as bad as the Blade one
Yeah. Oh, that was so
with
fucking bad.
Sticky Fingers.
Oh, that was so bad.
Sticky Fingers as Blade.
That was bad. Visually, he looked okay.
He looked okay.
But it was just like...
He couldn't act, though.
And I mean, it's not that that was a really, like... You needed to act your ass off for that that role, but you can't do it. You can't do it.
It was just one of those things where, like... At least with Mark
Dacascos?
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 He was playing... It was the Crow, but he was playing a different character. Not Eric Draven, right?
Yeah.
Whereas Blade...
No, he was playing Eric Draven.
Was that Eric Draven?
His first season was essentially a dragged out version of the first movie.
Oh shit, it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, now that... I don't know. Brandon Lee is the Crow.
They should have done a different character so that he could do his own spin.
Exactly.
Instead of doing a dumbed down version of Brandon Lee's take on the character.
Because that was the thing with Blade, right? It's like Wesley's Blade. Don't even try. Because then they do the TV series too. Like, was it after Trinity or was it in between 2 and 3?
I think it was after Trinity.
Was it after Trinity?
I want to say, but I can't say for certain. But
anyways,
I love the scene where he stabs, like he gets him sword right through.
Yep.
And he's there. He's like, I'll catch up with you in a minute, John. And then just slumps over, and you're just like, oh man, that's so great, so great.
Yeah.
But I do, and then it leads into the barter. Like, where the adjudicator's like, okay, alright, so...
This was a twist.
You kill John Wick, everything is restored.
Yeah.
Full services, you're no longer excommunicado, and you're just like, what? And then he fucking does it!
Winston shoots John.
Shoots him.
And John falls off a roof.
And falls off a roof, and that's where I was like, okay, so they'll end it with him either dying or getting away, and I thought, okay, he's going to get away, but he'll go in hiding type of thing. I did not think that the TikTok man was going to take him, bring him down to the Bowery, because, like, Lawrence Fishburne got fucked up. They didn't kill him.
No, but they fucked him
up.
They fucked him up.
And then it's just like, what the hell was the line? It's like, yeah, you want to take down the High Council or something like that? Or the High Table? And he goes, yeah.
Does it go damn right I do?
Yeah, damn right I do, or something like that. Yeah. And it just was like, holy fuck.
And then, boom. So we got another cliffhanger ending. Now here's an interesting thing I read today.
Yep.
They were talking to Chad Stahelski, the director, and he said that Keanu and we end the movies like this because they don't ever plan a next one.
Okay.
He goes, because in this life of John, things aren't ever going to be good. He's always going to have a bad ending. There'll never be a happy ending for John.
And that's
so we ended.
I feel like
we set up a sequel that it might look that way, but we don't. The second one we ended it with everyone's going after him, and that could be it.
That's true. That is true. Like
third one we ended with like John's not dead. That's it.
Yeah, but I feel like that's just kind of a cop-out type of thing because it's like no, you're ending it on a cliffhanger.
To me, I look at that and I'm like, that's straight up a lead into it.
Yeah, you don't end it on a cliffhanger like that.
Yeah.
If you leave it with him walking off into the night, then like I said with the Bourne movies or with the first John Wick movie, you know, you could have left it at that. You didn't have to have his brother.
Yeah, exactly.
Wanting to kill him, or you could have left it at him not even trying to get his car back or anything.
Yep.
Could have just went and moved somewhere else or whatever, you know. I guess cut his hair so he doesn't look so much like John Wick. But I feel like they definitely ended on a cliffhanger. Maybe not necessarily in the sense that, yeah, for sure we're making another movie, but in the sense that if we do, this will be a good lead-in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's my theory about Halle Berry, unless you have other things to say about this.
The only other thing I was going to say is that, again, the music was great, but I'm very sad there's no theme in this movie.
I agree. It felt
the first one you got Manson, the second one you got that great Plastic Heart song, the third one, nothing.
No, exactly. I
Which
feel like
really just kind of like it needed a theme.
It did.
I love that
It
every movie
definitely
had a
needed
theme.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
It's
so number 4, bring back a theme because
definitely.
I was
bring back
really
a theme.
feeling that lacking.
Bring back a theme. So my theory for Halle Berry's character is, I feel like because we know now that there is going to be a 4th movie, we know they've said we're doing a 4th.
Yeah.
That her story is going to dovetail with Wick's story in the 4th.
Okay.
Because he and Lawrence Fishburne, the Bowery King, are literally going to take down. Their whole purpose is to take down the High Castle or the High Table.
Yep.
Okay. Her story is linked to it because she's fucked over the High Table.
Right.
Okay. So they talk about her daughter and how she says, "Hey, I can't have anything to do with her because of whatever." Ultimately, it's going to end with her, with the High Table being absolved, I believe, in some way, shape, or form. They're going to be able to go about their own lives, whether they live or die. She's going to be able to go off with her kid, and that's how I feel it's going to go. I don't feel like it's going to be a spin-off.
Do you think that she'll need to kill John in order to get her kid?
Probably.
Because I would be okay with her
Or-
killing John. Like
or the Bowery King.
John's story ending with her to get her child.
Because I do agree with Keanu Reeves and Chad Stahelski or whatever. Stahelski?
I don't know. It's got a bunch of H's.
I do agree that
Stahelski.
his story can't end happily because
How? Like
he already
how?
had his happy ending,
Yeah.
and it was taken away from him.
Yeah.
And he already lived a terrible life before this. Like, yeah, he was an honorable killer.
Yeah.
But he was still a killer.
You think about it, his story's kind of working backwards, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It
It's
started
kind
happy,
of like
it's just getting worse.
it's kind of like if you really look at it realistically for superhero movies, you know.
Yeah.
They don't really. They almost can't have a happy ending. You know what I mean? Like Tony Stark, for instance. You wanted him to have that life without the suit.
Yeah.
With his daughter, with Pepper. You wanted him to have that, but you knew it wasn't going to happen the second you went, "Oh, you've got a daughter?" You knew it wasn't going to happen.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Even Captain America, they have that sort of happy ending, but it's a happy ending as long as you don't really think about it, and then you start to go, it's a weird one. That's a weird one, right?
Yep.
But even like Spider-Man or, Batman, like, there's no off into the sunset and we'll raise kids now. It's not going to be a happy ending. And that's why comic books never end.
Yeah.
Because then they skirt around the fact that there'll never be a happy ending. Yeah. Unless it's the Ultimate Verse where they kill off Peter Parker's Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And then bring it back because the Oz makes him eternal.
Yeah.
Him and Norman.
Because it's Marvel.
Yeah. So, to recap, yes, it's a trilogy. It's going to be a quadrilogy.
Okay, I got a couple Insta questions to wrap up the episode. And one of them was, and it's by the same guy. I'm very sorry to say I don't know how to pronounce her name. It's spelled Rady. I'm going to say Ratty.
I would say Ratty.
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 I was thinking, is it Rady?
I'm
going to go with Ratty.
If we butchered the pronunciation, we apologize.
Sorry if that's
wrong. I feel like Ratty is.
But he asked the Hellboy question. What our favorite part was. He also asked favorite John Wick film so far and why. Now that we've talked about all three, I got mine. I'm going to say... I would have to say mine is going to be the first one. That is also mine. Yeah. That is also mine. Why? It's because I appreciate the smaller scale and the more... It felt more intimate. Yes. It also had that definitive ending. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, don't know, the fight scenes get better and better. But story-wise, the best is the first one. Yeah, and it's that whole thing again where I feel like I can't watch just the second and appreciate it without watching the third and watching the fourth. Yeah, very much. Whereas number one I can watch and good. Exactly. So there you go. I think number one is my favorite. I agree. Number one is the first. Is my favorite as well. I also have one more Insta question, but first, are we done talking about John Wick? Other than... No, yeah, I'm done. All three are amazing, and amazing. I cannot wait for the fourth. Yeah, exactly. I can't wait for the fourth. The fourth is... Luckily, we don't have to wait too long. Yeah, it's 2021. They already got a date for it. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, which means they got to be shooting it, almost now. Pretty much. Yeah. They're probably doing the final rewrites, and it's going to shoot in, the spring or something. Yeah. This is coming in from my brother James.
Oh.
It's not really rumors going around, but Keanu Reeves, people have asked him if you could be in the MCU, who would you like to play? And he has said Wolverine. More than once. So James is going, what's your thoughts on Keanu Reeves as Wolverine if it were to happen? I don't think it will, but if it were to happen.
I think it's, like we talk about him being ageless. Mm-hmm. I do think that he is too old for the role because that's a multi-movie deal.
Yes. Right now, I think he's probably close to 10 years older than Hugh Jackman. 8 years, maybe, at least?
Something like that. And, like, Hugh Jackman had already aged out.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he probably could have squeezed out another movie.
Yeah.
But he aged out, and by his own admitting, he said, like, I don't feel like I'm young enough to do the character justice or whatever, but he basically was like, I'm too old. Yeah. So, while I think, perfectly, like, this would be, you know what I mean?
I can see him.
I can definitely see him.
As Logan. I think he's actually taller than Hugh, too, though.
He's taller than Hugh.
So, again, now
Not by much.
Not by much, but...
But, I mean, you can hide that.
Yeah.
But even still, the fact that he is taller, yes.
Mm-hmm.
I guess the other thing, too, is it's almost like we're getting a Wolverine movie anyway because of John Wick and those, you know...
They're very
similar, very much in that sense.
If he was popping claws, it'd be Wolverine.
Yeah, exactly. So, it'd almost be like, why not do it with something different?
Yeah.
You know?
I do think we're going to see Keanu in the MCU real soon.
I think so. I think
it's coming to that. And right now, I think that the obvious two choices are either Adam Warlock.
Yeah.
Because I saw some fan art, and I have a feeling Warlock is coming.
I don't even need to see the fan art
to
go, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I see him as Warlock. I also think he could play a pretty solid Moon Knight.
100% yes, but again, we're looking at the age factor.
Right.
But I also don't think... I think we're past the point where we'll see Moon Knight in the MCU.
Yeah.
Once Disney got a hold of him, and once the Netflix stuff petered out horribly, that was it.
I feel like
that was
the
our
future
window.
Of the MCU are characters that have been introduced in Marvel Comics within the past 10 years. I think we're almost done seeing classic characters in the MCU, which is sad to say. But I feel like we're going to start seeing the Young Avengers, and I feel like we're going to start seeing all these new Agents of Atlas characters they're introducing because they're all characters from around the world of different races and
yeah, no, I definitely agree with you there, but like I mean, Eternals are an example of an older property.
They are.
You know, but yeah,
I feel like that's the way they're gonna go. Like I wouldn't be surprised if the next 10 years we see Miles and Spider-Gwen and these newer characters being introduced.
Yeah, I agree, but again, like I was saying, like I said this to one of the guys I work with, Declan. I don't know if you're watching, Declan, but you've been name dropped. With like Enter the Spider-Verse was a gamble because that's a comic book movie. That's a very comic book movie. Mm-hmm. And I had said, I didn't watch it with Michelle because it's too comic book movie. So not that she wouldn't understand the concept of different dimensions and different versions of Spider-Man. Yeah. But I almost feel like it's too much. You know? And I feel like we started introducing Miles Morales and Gwen Stacy, or Spider-Gwen, or Ghost Spider, whatever they want to call her, or Spider-Noir, or whatever. Yeah. It gets too much, and it gets to a point where, like, casual people go, well, isn't Spider-Man Peter Parker? You know? Because even I've said, like, I've referenced Ultimate Spider-Man to Michelle a bunch of times, because I've said, like, you know, it leads into this character, but, like, the death of Spider-Man is an amazing read, and it leads into Miles Morales. She was like, okay, so there's two Spider-Man? I was like, kinda, sorta. I mean, this was an updated version, you know, and then she's just kind of like, okay, alright. So, yeah, Miles Morales for sure. It's going to come out for sure. Yep. Spider-Gwen, I feel like, yeah, for sure. But I shouldn't say for sure, because it is a tough call, because after Holland wraps up his Spider-Man run, which
apparently he signed up for 9 Spider-Man movies. That's not including Avengers and Civil War and all that.
Okay. All right.
So,
So now look at that.
He's going to be around a long time.
So maybe by the time he's done his run, they'll have already introduced Miles to some degree.
Yeah.
Right? But, like, I mean, sure, anyone that watched Into the Spider-Verse or played Spider-Man PS4 or read the comic books knows who Miles Morales is, but the general populace, like, I don't feel like... Actually, I don't know. It's hard to say. But okay, but let's say Holland is in for 9, right? So we've got 6 more after his proposed original trilogy, right?
Mm-hmm.
If they're not counting any MCU stuff, 6 more movies of him. So by the time he's done, he'll be in his mid-30s.
Right. So late 20s, perfect time to choose a teenage Miles.
Right. Which
Peter
could very well work, but I feel like it's kind of like, you know, we talk about having introducing Nightwing and then having Nightwing be a younger Batman.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
For comic book fans, we go, yeah, that works because it happened in the comic books a couple of times.
Yeah.
So we already had that, we've already accepted it, and it already worked. Especially if it's written by Grant Morrison, then it's amazing. But for the general populace, they'll go, well, isn't Batman Bruce Wayne? Isn't Superman white?
Right.
You know? Isn't Peter Parker Spider-Man?
Yep.
You know what I mean? I think the fans are going, yeah, that's the route they're going to go, but ultimately it's going to be decided by the casual viewer, because Marvel is not stupid, Sony's not stupid. They know they have our money. They know, they already know that I prepaid for Spider-Man tickets. They know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is going to be a date night for me and my wife.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but they know that part.
Mm-hmm.
But what they don't know is how many people that are kind of sort of fans of Spider-Man, or maybe they like the movies, how many are going to go and watch it?
Yeah.
They don't know that.
No.
So they want that big wide net. And in terms of inclusion, yeah, I'm all for Miles Morales. I'm not saying no to Miles Morales. In fact, when he was introduced, I wasn't like, oh, Black Spider-Man? No.
Yeah.
You know, I had said it's a way for them to tell Spider-Man stories, but with a different spin, because they've got Miles Morales, who's like half black, half Hispanic. You know, he's super smart.
He speaks to a different group of children.
You know, plus he'll have different aspects that he's going through because of the story that he's going, like his story is. But it's interesting because if you think about it, they've kind of blended Peter Parker with Miles Morales in the MCU because he's in this super school for gifted kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sure, he doesn't live there, but it's not a normal high school.
Yep.
You know, I don't know. Like I don't think so. I just don't see it.
It's hard. It's hard to say. I mean,
it is hard to say.
Introduced his uncle already.
Yeah.
So
I know. Yep. But again,
I don't know.
It's hard to say. But like I said, like if I would reference like when they say Michael B. Jordan as Superman, I don't think it's going to happen.
I don't think it's going to happen either.
I don't think it's going to happen. And even if they did, alternate, Elseworld Superman or Earth 2 Superman, where he is, he's Calvin something and he's black, Again, it's going to be like a comic book thing. It's going to be too comic booky for people. It's like turning James Bond black. Ultimately, it's not going to happen because people are going to go, yeah, but it's if it was a code word, a code name, then yeah.
Right. If Skyfall hadn't happened,
if they didn't say that it was unequivocally his name, then
I would have been able to bite that a little more.
I could handle that. I'd be like, oh, it's a code number, it's a code name.
Yep.
Okay.
Makes
all
sense
right.
then.
You know, bump him up. Who gives a fuck what he looks like, right? But yeah, so
that's.
I can't say yes, but I do feel closer to no.
Okay.
Ultimately. So that's that for me.
That's that.
That's it for me.
That's that. Chris, that is another Geek Pants Camcast. Before we wrap up, I wanted to talk to you this before we were on air, but I figured it's kind of fun just to throw it at you on the spot right now. This is episode 45 of the Geek Pants Camcast.
Okay.
We're coming up to the big 50.
Interesting.
The big 50. What do you think of running a poll for everyone to vote on what we should talk about on our 50th episode?
I'm okay with that.
Yeah?
Yep.
Any movie, any comics, any comic book, whatever. If it's a movie I haven't watched, I'll watch it beforehand.
100%. 100%.
And we'll talk about it.
All good.
On the
Do
50th
it.
episode.
Do it. Do it.
Do it.
Do it. Bacardi and cola. Do it. Do it.
Do it.
Also, thanks for stopping by.
Yeah.
We
Much
can be
appreciated.
seen on YouTube. We can be seen on Twitter. We can be seen on Facebook. We can be heard on SoundCloud. We can be seen on did I say Instagram?
Nope. Instagram.
Ah,
Instagram. There's one more.
There's one more.
We can also be heard on this.
Oof. iTunes?
Yes.
Nailed
it.
It's been a while since I've done it, so
Nailed it.
I was on
Yeah.
a streak where I was doing it.
You're
and then
doing it.
You started picking it up, so
Yep.
whew. But thanks for stopping by. And you stay classy, San Diego. That's what you should have said.
What? Why do I always have to say that?
Okay, fine. Start
How do
over.
I know everyone is in San Diego right now?
It's Anchorman quotes.
I know. You stay classy, geeks.
And thanks for stopping by.
San Diego.
But mostly you stay classy.
These pancakes are delicious.